and the coach aligns with the GM, then Blueberry will guide the team, and Petro will wax steam. This is the dawning of the age of...
And this is the dawning of the age of the BlueNote Fan Report, and we're coming to you live on the Intermission show. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Hey, how's everybody doing? What an interesting game we got going today. This is a fun one to watch. I'm enjoying it. And the other thing that's fun is being joined by Lance the Scott from the Draw Podcast. Hey, Lance, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, Guy. It was a pretty good second period overall until that last goal there. But you can't complain. Both teams are playing well. People make mistakes, and the Blues didn't stop Carter there from coming through in the neutral zone and just basically touched him a little bit past the center red line and just let him go. And he was wide open to get the pass and put it by Yuso. Not much Yuso can do in that instance.
Yeah, man, it was. It was a really, I got to hand it on Carter. Good goal. A couple things that happened that period. Before we get there, man, I got to say something real quick. I forgot to do the secret code in the last one. I never realized how quick 20 minutes goes. The guys that do the regular ones, they got commercials. We don't have commercials. Oh my goodness. But hey, we got some good stuff done, and the code is going to be in this episode for both. So you're going to take the pregame to postgame in this episode and put the code together, and you'll get it. Really good. Matt Lowe says Huso has been had been strong. Penalty kill looked good. I got to believe with all the zone time, we're going to get some more shots, more goals, and win. I'm with you. Has a goalie, is that on Huso?
No.
I'm thinking that's more on the goal scorer. Right?
Yeah, because here's the thing. If you notice, I think it was Dunn or McEachran. I think it was Dunn.
Yeah.
Carter had the puck. He passed it, headed down towards the offensive zone for the Kings. And I think Dunn stood him up about 8 to 10 feet from the blue line and hit him once and then skated towards the center of the ice and just left him. And then Carter's wide open to take the puck. So that one to me is on Dunn. That one is Dunn's fault. There was plenty of guys in that area that could handle the two other Kings guys coming into the play, the one that had the puck and the guy in the center, and Carter was on the right. That's inexcusable, but it does happen. You think a guy's going to pass and you don't think he's going to get the puck. So you head to where other people are. But when you see two or three of your other players there, back up and look around. Because if you see two or three of your other players on one or two guys, somebody's open.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Mike's got a really good point. Mike gets one of these, bud. I got to get the right thing. Here you go, Mike. And he's got a really good point there. The Kings do have a defensive system that the Blues are having trouble with, but I think they're starting to solve it tonight. I mean, I know it's 1-1. Kphillips says it's a boring period. Chris, not always do you need goals. I didn't think this was a boring period. I thought this was a good up and down period. There was a good pace to the game. They talked about that. Panger talked about what a good pace to this game. I kind of liked it. What about you, Lance?
It's got a good pace. And, a lot of people don't like these 1-1 games, 1-0 games. If it has a good pace and it's entertaining, which, like I said, I've seen 0-0 games going into the third that are better than 6-5 games. Yeah. The NHL wants these high offensive numbers and everything. But I'll tell you one thing that the gentleman brought out, that I can't remember who it was, about the Kings defense. The one thing they do that hurts the Blues, that the Blues love to do, when the Blues get the puck in their own end, when they try to get it out, they try to send it along the boards. And what do the Kings do best? They pinch along the boards when they need to. That's what is really hurting the Blues. The Blues don't always go for that pass down the middle, because a lot of times if you put it down the middle too much inside your zone, it's right in front of your goalie. So the Blues try to get it out by sending it along the board. So the Kings are like, okay, here's how we're going to play the Blues. We're going to play tough in the neutral zone, 1-3-1. We're going to come in and pinch when we need to, because the Blues love to clear that puck out along the boards. And when you have that taken away from you and you're used to doing it, it can make one team look really bad offensively and make another team look really good defensively.
Yeah, that's true. And Kphillips is saying that more shots on net is what we need. And I agree with Chris. We do need some more shots. We've been one and done a little bit, and that's got something to do with that. But I want to talk about the power play. There was something that happened on that power play that really stood out to me, and I sent you a message about it. So And I'm thinking, Perron came around and double clutched and ended up missing the stick, missing the puck. LA got it and basically almost had a pretty good 3-on-1, 3-on-2 going down the back way. What Krug did was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed. Krug didn't move. He stayed. He skated right there. He trusted Huso. He didn't do too much. He stayed right there. He kept his path. He didn't, cheat in to block off or that. He really did what I think is the way a defenseman should handle that. Absolutely beautifully. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he handled it perfectly. I mean, there's not much else you can do in that situation but do what he did. But, a lot of people say it's stupid simple, but even the simple things sometimes seem like, they're hard to do. So now he did a really good job in that instance. And it's just been an overall good period in my mind. I do agree with it. They need to get more shots on goal. And one thing I texted you in between or during the period was sometimes you can pass too much. It's great to see these crisp passes, but you ever notice the teams that are really successful on the power play, there's somebody or two of those players that can take a puck and do a one-timer. Not as good as an Ovechkin can. There's very few guys that I've seen in the history do one-timers, and score goals. And that's Ovechkin, and Hall was good at it. He never stopped the puck. When a pass was coming, he'd shoot it. When you do that as a shooter, you catch your goalie off guard. He can't get set as quickly. When you take that puck on your stick and stop, that lets the defense and the goalie get set. When that puck's heading towards you and you put your stick back and start to shoot, that goalie's not set yet. So he's not quite sure fully where that puck's going, and the defense isn't set yet. Yeah,
I'm with you there. There was one other person that could throw a one-timer out there, and that was McGinnis.
Yeah, he was good at it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to throw that one in there. He knew what he was doing. They were asking a question about, Roland asked, who when Tank come back, who sits? And I hate to say this, but I think it's right here. As well as he's playing, I think Walker's the one that's going to sit because we need a center. It would be Joshua or Walker, and right now I see Walker sitting.
Yeah, I would think since Berube especially, he'll give the young guys minutes if they play well, but as soon as they make a mistake, he rips them out. So I would see probably Walker being the odd man out, but he's played well. I'm sure he doesn't want to be put back on the taxi squad or put somewhere else. So, hopefully he'll stay with the team, just be set as a healthy scratch.
Yep. Yeah, I think he would probably end up being a healthy scratch. I don't think he's going to go down to the taxi squad, to be honest with you. Matt Lowe said that Krug and Falk have been amazing. Even Bortuzza's made some great plays tonight. I agree there. The defense tonight has been much, much better. Yeah, in an overall thing, the defense has been much, much better. Do you agree with me there, Lance?
Yeah, they've played their game. They've not gotten away from it. They've not tried to do too much. In Berube's system, a lot of teams will say, well, they asked them to do too much. In Berube's system, it's simple. Play good defense and limit mistakes. And if you do that, Craig Berube is not going to be upset with you. Those are his two things. Play good defense, take some smart, chances when you have a chance, take a gamble now and again. But for the most part, play sound defensive hockey. And, sometimes that frustrates us because we want to see the Blues open up. And I want them to have the ability to do that. But hey, their beef and broth and everything in the Soup Bowl starts with their defense.
Yeah. Let's get to the stats here real quick. Games 1-1, shots are 20-11 for the Kings. So that's something that's concerning me a little bit right now. Hits are 18 and 19 on the Blues. So they did bring that up to a better level in this game. Power play 1 for 2 for the Blues, 0 for 3 for the Kings. Special teams are coming around for the Blues. That's really something I love seeing. Shots were 5-8 that period, 5 for the Blues, 8 for the Kings. Mm-hmm. Blocked shots 8-7 with the Kings taking a little bit of a lead in there. Takeaways stayed at 2-0. Giveaways are now 1 apiece. So the stat wise, this game is a 1-1 game, and I'm really enjoying what we're seeing there.
Yeah, if you watch this game and you took out the goals and say, okay, there were goals scored in the first 2 periods, what do you think the score would be? Most people would probably say, hey, each team had some good opportunities. I think it's 3-2, 2-1. Yeah. But it's been a good game played by both teams. I'm sure that both coaches are trying to make some adjustments. try to get more offense, but they're not going to stray too far away from what their game plan is. And Berube normally doesn't do that until you see, Berube's frustrated when he starts mixing up lines after half of a period.
Yeah.
When he starts mixing up lines early in the game, he's frustrated.
Well, he doesn't do that often, though, and that's the thing. So you give him credit. Well, but then again, you and me have both criticized him for not mixing up lines soon enough.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a fine line between pulling that, taking that hanger and pulling too quick.
Yeah.
And there's a fine line between, all right, I'm going to start making changes. And that's what you get with coaching experience. That's what you get with playing the game. That's what you get as a coach when you know your players.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a great quote here. Jason gets one of these. Benny can stop to dump and chase like no goalie. That is the one knock I have on Huso that he really needs to work on. Goalies need to play the puck. They need to have a good stick. They can be so much of the defense if they can get around the back, stop the puck, get it passed out to the right side, to the right person. They can stop the forecheck. They're the biggest weapon in the forecheck. And you know what? Rask isn't good playing the puck. The Blues forechecked Boston to a Stanley Cup. Plain and simple.
Yeah. And, I'm going to tell you something about Ville Husso. I watched him in some of his San Antonio Rampage games, and he did come out of the net and play the puck. But as a goalie coming into a league and all of a sudden you're a backup and not just a guy that comes up for a cup of coffee a game or two when somebody's injured or somebody's setting, you got to get used to that speed. And he's getting used to it. And you can see the more confidence being built. The more confidence he has in the crease, you're going to see more confidence outside the crease and see him go to get that puck more. And you'll also see defensemen not rush back as quick either when they know that Ville's going to get to the puck and give him the puck, coming out of the zone. So I think he'll get there, but you're right. That is something that's highly underrated. Another guy that's great at that is Ben Bishop. Bishop is really good at handling that puck. I think Jake Allen's better good at handling the puck than Carey Price is. Nothing against Carey Price. He's a great goalie, but when Jake and Benny were together, I think they were the best 1-2 combo in the league when it comes to handling the puck.
Yeah, I agree with you. I am not good. That is such a underrated part of a goalie's game.
It is.
Most people, but that's how you said. So, hey, attempts are 30-23 for LA, obviously. Chances, 10-2. Think about that. They've had 10 quality chances and got 1 goal. I'm okay with that. Defense, this game has been perfect. There's been 2 odd man rushes, 1 on each side. D-zone turnovers, something that's been bad for the Blues. They are 6-3 in favor of the Blues having the 6. That's just the thing that. But this system creates that, and that's something that I've noticed.
Yeah, and I want to say one thing. I know this doesn't have to do with the Blues, and I'll be real quick because the show's probably about over.
We got about 4 minutes.
All right. Did you see the hit on Fabry the other night?
No, I did not.
Took his leg. Well, look that up, and I want to discuss that with the fans after the game and what they thought about that cheap shot they took and what the NHL needs to do. Because I know what my opinion is, and I know what your opinion is going to be. But in the intermission, while you're watching the game, if you can, look that up.
Well, hey, can you send me a link to it?
Yeah.
Because I only, the reason I asked that, Lance, is I got so much going on. There's no way I have time to do that.
Basically, what happened is Fabry was heading to the bench.
Yeah.
And a guy come from behind him and stuck his leg out and hit him behind the knee and knocked him back on his
head.
Yeah,
no, I did see that. Yeah. I did see that when he was going across the line, right?
Yeah. He was right by the line and headed to the bench, and the guy just took him out.
Yeah, kicked him from behind, right?
Yeah, just kicked him right in the knee with his knee and took him out. You know what? That knee is pretty soft on Fabry. That's why he's not a Blue anymore, because of that injury slowed him down. But something's got to be done, and I just want to hear what people think.
They're asking Lance. Marianne's asking you if you know who the goalie coach is or who Husso's working with.
I forget who the Blues goalie coach is.
Yeah, we'll look that up. We'll look that up and see if we can get that to you at the post game. Hey guys, this is getting close to. We're getting close. I'll wait till they pop back on here. That sounded like intent to injure, and it was. Jason, you're absolutely right. I remember seeing the play now. I didn't know it was Fabry that got hit, but you're absolutely right. Roland Spinks, 2 shootouts playing less than half. Oh, okay, this is something else. So, you know what? And there's another thing to talk about. There's a trend, and we'll talk about it in the post game. There is a trend that I'm starting to see with the Blues that I don't like. And you go back to 18-19, we are not getting shutouts. We
No.
are just not getting them. And this is something that has been really bad. And if you can look that play up, Lance, for me, I want to be able to get it so I can show it during the post game. If you can just send me a quick link to it or something off of Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find it on Twitter. But hey, we are getting close, guys.
Real quick, guy. I remember it now. The Blues goaltender's coach is David Alexander. He was goalie coach for the Syracuse Crunch for about 4 seasons, and he's been working real good with Huso, and I think he's doing a good job. But like I said, Huso will get more confident.
Yeah, absolutely. He is, and I got it. Excuse me. So, hey, guys, it's getting about that time. I got a couple more minutes left. I want you to know that you are watching the BlueNote Fan Report on, oh, wow, did my voice just go? The BlueNote Fan Report.
Are you 13? Are you 13?
YouTube, Twitter, I feel like it. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. This is Guy the Hawaii Blues fan saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know, I love you, and I'm bleeding blue at you, Lance. I will see you all on the post game. And hey, we're gonna bring in Blues Fan Reacts on the post game. Aloha.